Hello everyone, as some of you might know, I posted up on Instagram and YouTube that I'm going to be doing a Q&A today, so I'm going to get started. First of all, I'm going to start answering the questions I got direct message to me on Instagram. So the first question comes from William, and he asked, when did I start building my dirt jumps? So I started making these about April 2013, so over 4 years now. I put up a picture of what it first looked like. Oh, and he also said, can you shout out my channel? I would have, but I'm not sure what your channel's name is. Alright, Will just sent me his channel, so I'm going to be putting that down in the description. Go check his channel out. The next question's from Zane, and he asked, why did I start YouTube? Well, the main reason was I just wanted to start making a few edits and posting them up on the internet, and YouTube was just a good platform. And then I started actually watching YouTubers and seeing how they make videos of just random stuff they do, not just putting edits of them riding up, and that got me interested in doing what I do now. Alright, moving on to the next question, and that's from Danny. He asked, what further improvements will we see from your jumps? Well, first of all, I've just been fixing these ones up how they are, making this second one bigger at the moment, as you can see. I'm going to repair this first one, also fix up my ramp I have over there, and fix the berm, and then also make more jumps and actually start making some wooden ramps. And he also said, what kind of tricks will you do for the coming year? Well, I'm planning on making a mulch jump, so hopefully I'll learn some pretty good tricks in that, but I'm not sure exactly what I want to learn yet. The next question's from Alex, and he asked, where do I get the dirt from? Well, the original dirt I have here is from just around where the airport is. They did a big renovation over there, and my dad knew one of the guys that was doing the work, and he just dropped some dirt off for me. The main reason why I got it dropped off is because we used to have horses here, and my mum didn't really want me digging big holes because the horse might stand in it. And also, that little pile I have down there is from one of my dad's mates. Just whenever he has leftover dirt, he'll drop some off. The next question is from Luke, and he asked, what has been my biggest accomplishment while riding my bike? Well, I gotta say, I did this 3-hour enduro race, and I'm pretty happy I made it to the end. And also, when I did that long manual, I was pretty happy with that. And also, when I learnt how to backflip, that was pretty good too. Next question is from Finley, and he asked, what's my best trick? Well, the best trick I can do is probably a backflip. The next question is from Carl. He asked, how long have you been riding for, and who is your favourite rider? Well, I've been riding for quite a while now. I probably learnt how to ride when I was about 4 years old, but I've been consistently riding probably ever since 13, and yeah, it's been pretty fun. And my favourite rider at the moment is probably Dylan Stark. He's really good all-round rider, and I like watching his videos. The next question is from Jack, and he asked, what's the sketchiest trick I've ever landed? I don't actually know because there's too many sketchy tricks I've landed. And also his YouTube channel is Jack118, so go check him out. Alright, I got a few questions from Lewis, and he asked, what's my favourite bike brand? Well, I don't really have a favourite bike brand, but since I ride NS bikes and DD, they're probably my two favourite, but I don't really mind about what brand bikes are. Also, he asked, what's my dream trick? I'll probably say Cork 720 or Superman seat grab. And also, he asked, where would I live if I didn't live in Australia? I would want to live in Canada, in Whistler, or in America, in California. The next question is from Connor, and he asked, whereabouts in Australia I live. Well, I live in the state of Victoria, and the town I live in is called Mildura. The next question is from Henry, and he asked, how often do I have to smooth my jumps? Well, I don't really do it that often, but probably once a year I'll do it, I reckon. The next question is from Mason, and he was wondering, how long does it take me to get my jumps looking that smooth? Well, usually it takes at least over 2 days to get that smooth. Like the first day I'll just pile the dirt up, then leave it overnight and just water it. Then the next day I'll come out and smooth it all up. So yeah. The next question's from Dan, and he asked, when did I start riding? Well, I probably started riding when I was 4, but like I never rode consistently. Like I'd probably ride once a year, and then once I got to high school, I really got into riding bikes and jumping, so probably ever since I was 13. The next question is from Jack, and he was wondering, will I ever flip my dirt jumps? Yes, I reckon it will happen one day, but I've never flipped a gap yet, so I want to build a ramp with a mulch landing so I can practice on that before I take it to these jumps because they're rock hard. The next question's from Braden, and he asked what got me into MTB and dirt jumping. Well, the main reason why I started riding MTB was because when I jumped BMX I would always hurt my wrist, so I wanted to get a mountain bike because they had suspension. And the main reason why I started riding a lot, because that's what all my neighbours were doing. Like all the boys would just ride bikes, so that's what we all enjoyed doing. But yeah, that's the main reason why I got a mountain bike, because I just wanted suspension. The next question is from Gav, and he wants to know when I first built my first dirt jump. Well, I reckon the first dirt jump I built, I was probably around 10 years old, I think. Yeah, about 10 years old I reckon it would have been. And he also asked what's the worst crash I ever had on my dirt jumper. That'll probably be the time I went over the handlebars and broke my collarbone on my dirt jumper. I've done it 4 separate times, but only twice on a dirt jumper. The next question's from Vincent, and he asked, will you ever try flipping your dirt jumps or tail whipping them? Like I said before, I probably will try flip it, but tail whip, I can't even do those yet. But if I ever learn them, I'll definitely give it a go, I reckon. The next question is from Adam, and he asked, will I be expanding my yard with more jumps? And of course I will be doing that. I just need to get the dirt and I'll be building jumps everywhere here. The next question's from Jack. He asked, what made you want to build jumps and take MTB seriously? Well, I don't really take it seriously, I just do it all for fun. And you guys seem to like my videos, so I'm going to continue doing it. But yeah, I don't really take it seriously. I don't do any competitions and that. So yeah, it's all fun. Would you ever do a meet-up at my jumps? The next question's from Joe, and he asked, would I ever do a meet-up at my jumps? Well, to be honest, that's a really tough question. If I did, it would probably only be people I actually know, not just invite everyone to pull up and come ride. As much as I would like to do that, but it's just probably not a good idea. The next question is from the Aussie Bike Boys. They're wondering how big my jumps are, so I'm going to measure them real quick. First up ramp is 130 centimeters. Probably a bit too hard to measure the gap on my own. Yeah, that's gonna be too hard. The landing is 1.70 m. Can't really measure that one because I'm still working on it. The roller, the first hump, is 80 centimeters. The second hump is 95. The up ramp for the last jump is 180 centimeters, and the landing is 195 centimeters. They're definitely bigger than they look in camera, but they're still pretty average sized jumps. Those measurements are pretty rough as well because the jump kind of goes down on an angle, so it makes it a bit longer than what they actually are. I'm pretty sure that's all the ones I had DM'd to me. Now I'm going to move on to the Instagram comments. I've got a question from Doggo. He asked, when did I start building my jumps? I already answered that at the start. I got a question from Jake. He wants to know who are my favourite dirt jumper YouTubers. Well, Sam Pilgrim and Dylan Stark, I gotta say. They're my 2 favourite. So I got a question from Cam. He wants to know, if you could, would you get sponsored? Yeah, I would love to get sponsored one day. Got a question from Jack, and he said, can you fly me out from Adelaide to ride with you? Man, you already got good ass jumps in Adelaide, you don't even need to come here. Another one from Jack, he wants to know what my middle name is. My middle name's John. Got a question from Egan, and he wants to know what's my favourite brand of bike. Like I said before, I don't really care what brand the bike is, as long as it holds up and feels good to ride. I don't really care. I got a question from Oscar. He wants to know, how long does it take to make your jumps so neat? Well, usually it takes me at least over 2 days, like I said before. I could probably do it faster, but I just like taking my time when I make my jumps. Final question on Instagram is from Maxim Biking. He wants to know what my favourite trick is. Well, I have a lot of favourite tricks. I like Superman seat grabs, they look so sick. Probably the favourite trick that I can do is probably a backflip now. So unfortunately, I won't be able to answer any of the questions that were commented on my video yesterday. So what happened was, I screenshotted all comments from that video, and then I took the video down just in case anyone asked more questions while I was filming. And what happened was, I ended up losing everything on my phone. I feel so bad for not being able to answer the questions. I went through my emails, because sometimes it sends out notifications, and all the notifications it sent out were similar questions. But I did read all questions from yesterday's video, and there were some really good ones I was looking forward to answer to, and there were some really funny ones as well. So I'm really sorry about that. If you want, I can do another Q&A video. Thanks for watching this one. I hope you still enjoyed it.